Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, everybody? I hope you had an awesome week. I know I did. Goodness, things can change in a heartbeat, can't they? Man, it's good to feel some green recently. We'll talk about it a little bit here in a second. I hope everyone's prepared for what is coming. We'll get into it. If you have not done so, please feel welcome. Crypto After Dark. I'm Keith, Carolina Keith, Professor Keith, regular Keith. All I'm asking you to do is hit like while you're here. It's very cheap and free and easy to hit like. The more likes we get, the more YouTube sends it around the YouTube algorithm, and the more people who will come. All right, more people we have here. That's what I'm about. While you're there, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything we do. All right, we do this every single Thursday. We also do other times. We do them in Discord typically, but we also have occasional times we hop on YouTube and do stuff. Everyone do me a favor. Everybody do me a favor. I'm about to hit some sound effect buttons. Go hit one in the chat if you can hear the sound effects. All right, I'm going to do a few of them now. This one's like Trump saying wrong.
Wrong.
Here's the a ta-da noise. Here's bruh.
Bruh.
I can hear them. I hope y'all can hear them. They make me kind of laugh. Here's the dinger bell. Soto, is it a 1 or a 2? Which one? Okay. Here's a buzzer. It's like the Family Feud buzzer. That's pretty good. I'm going to try to incorporate these while we're doing the stream. I'm also going to start wearing headphones more so I can hear myself talk while I'm on stream so I can understand what I hear. Good, y'all can hear the sound effects. So I'm going to use them throughout the stream because you never know. We might find a chart that we like a lot. We got to say something like,
You gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
oh, this is the stupidest stuff ever. That moment when you figure out your stream deck can do way more than you realize. So we'll work on all of them, right? What else do I got? Oh,
Come on, man.
I got Obama saying, come on, man.
Come on, man.
That's great. All right. So anyway, I tell y'all what, that's dumb. It's dumb as hell, but that makes me super happy. It makes me smile hearing stupid stuff. But that's me, everybody. Now you know who you're listening to. I appreciate everybody being on here. We'll get to the comments in a moment. Yeah. So first things first, let's talk about Bitcoin. So y'all don't know this, but a lot of times I don't write down what I'm doing in here on purpose. I want to freewheel it and go at this without a bias before I say too much stuff, right? I want to do this stuff in such a way that, by the way, wap.com/team786. If you want a chance to get in, here's your chance. wap.com/team786. Nonetheless, I want to get a chance to enter the thought process of what I see on the charts without a bias. I did write some stuff down tonight because I didn't want to forget it. So if you see me looking down and writing stuff down, that's what I'm doing. All right. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. So first thing we need to talk about is this Bitcoin chart. Several people want to know, is this ready to go? Is this a BS move? Is this too sudden? What's happening? Well, first things first, we need to note we're still stuck in range here. And what do I mean by stuck in range? Well, I'll pull up the undrawn Bitcoin chart here on Binance. Don't have any other drawings here, but I'm going to draw a very rough range for us to understand here. So let's use the drawing tool first. All right. Pretty much everything under this line and pretty much everything above this line is what I like to call in range, meaning back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Ping pong, ping pong. There's a really funny ping pong gif of cats playing ping pong, right? This is basically what we've done for the last 6 months. Nothing's really changed from that, except there have been a few positive developments that I want to discuss. Let's talk about those now. Here are the moving averages. What does this matter? Well, talked about it a lot, but I want to see everything above the 821 EMA, which is what we have here right now. We've got Bitcoin, which is clearly above the 821 EMA. And not only that, but there's an 821 EMA cross, meaning The AEMA, the green line, has crossed above the purple 21 EMA line, and that is a bullish signal. On top of that, we are above the 50-day moving average. That's a very simple filter. If you're above the 821 EMA and you're above the 50 moving average, you've got a lot of the ingredients already to be successful. We're above the 100 moving average now. And the reason this all happened so quickly is because all these lines were very tightly bunched up together. And since they were all tightly bunched up together, we've created a situation where things are trying to turn the corner here. Little baby steps, but they're getting there. All right. Little baby steps. Not drinking nothing a day, but just regular old water, dude. My sleep has finally come back the last couple days, which completely throws my day off. But I haven't drank anything in those few days, and I don't want to ruin it yet. I'll wait till my insomnia comes back because it's gone away for this short little period of time right here. So I'm trying to enjoy it. Only problem with all of what I just said is we're still under the 200 daily moving average, and this is a very simple bull market, bear market filter. You want to see everything above this 200 moving average. As you go along and you look through the charts of your assets that you own, you're going to look at those and go, I like it, I don't like it. Let me pull up some simple, quick filters. What filters do I have that I want to see that I think are going the way I want them to? 821 EMA? Good. Over the 50-day moving average? Good. Over the 100 moving average? Good. What about the 200-day moving average? All right, well, that sucks, but we got a lot of goods there. Cool. So this leads me to a more bullish rather than bearish confluence. Not perfect, but better. All right, how about we take the moving averages off and we look at the cloud? Let me draw this out. I'm trying to write it down so I get the timestamps correct too, because everyone always complains about the timestamps. 1109. So let's pull up the Ichimoku cloud. For the Ichimoku cloud, we have 4 things that we need. That starts with however you want to start it, really, but we just got to find the 4 things. Is the cloud on the end green? It is in this case. Good, that's 1 check mark. Is the blue conversion line above the red baseline? It is. Very good, that's 2 check marks. Thirdly, you could do them in different orders. As I said, it's kind of up to you on that. Is the lag line, which is this white line back here, is it above the candles or below the candles? Well, right now, unfortunately, that's the only one that doesn't look the way we want. All right, no good. What about the last piece of the puzzle? Are the candles above the cloud? Here's the cloud. Here's our candles. Yes, we are. Very good. Again, 3 out of 4. 75% confluence from the Ichimoku cloud. A lot of confluence from the moving averages. Things have gone from bad to decent. Are they perfect? And the answer is no, they're not. Let's remove the indicators for a moment. No indicators needed. Let's just go straight price action. What are we looking for to be bullish or bearish? Well, simply put, we all know how to identify a trend. If you've been watching this channel long enough, you know how to identify a trend. We need higher highs and higher lows. Well, we got a even low. Not good enough. We have a still lower high technically. Not quite good enough yet. Close, but not quite good enough yet. We need a little bit more juice here to get over the hump. It's not quite where I want to see it. Again, there's another high and another high, and all these are lower each time. You see that? This tells me it's close. It's not quite there. We need a little bit more to prove it. Now, on a lower time frame, do we have higher highs and higher lows? Yes. Right here, we had a very low, then a high, then a higher low, then a higher high, and likely going to get another higher low and then another higher high. If it breaks this level, that's a very, very promising sign, because then it's able to attack this level. Now it'd be our first bigger higher high. We haven't had one of those yet, and it may not do it immediately, but I will say things are turning into a bullish favor. If I look at the weekly chart here, and just scroll out a bit, it looks as though our trend line just touched, which is great. And the candles are attempting to come off of that trend line and move forward. It's very close to breaking out, but as you can see, has not done so yet. It's very close. It may need a little bit more time here to get going. After analyzing this for the last few days, it looks more bullish than bearish. However, I need to see a higher high here somewhere. Short term, we've had little breakouts. A lot of altcoins have started to have breakouts and get double-digit candles, which is a very, very good sign. However, we haven't quite turned the corner just yet on Bitcoin being as bullish as we want it to. I will say this, typically Bitcoin Septembers are historically not so great. We've got 10 days left. Look at that monthly candle on September. This would go down as one of the best months of September that Bitcoin has ever had. And y'all know how crappy things have been recently, right? This would be one of the best months that Bitcoin ever had.
Bruh.
That's saying something, isn't it? It's not even a very monster candle or anything like that. But I will say things have improved a lot. That's a good, solid hammer candle. If I put any indicators on the screen here, you'll see we're well over the monthly AEMA. We bounced the AEMA. It tried to fail it. It didn't. Same thing on the weekly. We're still over the 50 moving average on the weekly, which was just in line with the trend line, by the way. See that? Kind of some confluence there. Now we're back over the 821 EMA. Is it still likely that next week we come down and test these EMAs? That's possible and honestly probable. They'll be around 61,000 at that point. I don't think it's unheard of to go back and give 61,000 a test and make sure it's good support first. There's nothing wrong with testing support along the way, making a higher low somewhere in here so this thing can get up over the 200 and then set us up for a good October. All right. The problem is we're not there yet. We got another 11 days to go. Well, 12 days to go. You know what I mean? We're getting there little by little. It's chopping along, trying its best. We need a bit more time. Very, very promising. As far as pivots go, we're still over the pivot. Very nice. Heading toward R1, 64,000 and some change. I've said this for a while, but really being over 64 to 65,000 is my happy place here. Once it's over that, it's over most of the resistance and it's free to think about it and then go. And I think it will. As time goes, it's my opinion, not a fact, that we're going to probably look more like the S&P 500 with Bitcoin as things progress, as more money comes in. The market cap of Bitcoin is already over $1 trillion and it's going to continue to grow here. If we hit 100,000, we're going to be at or near 2 trillion. My gosh, folks, what does that mean for the rest of the market? That's crazy to think about. So once you get that much money in the market, things tend to slow down. And that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means things have gotten comfortable, which is good. That means more people would be comfortable with putting more money in it and making more things happen. And I'm not mad about that at all. I'm very excited about that, as a matter of fact. I hope we get there in a relatively quick period of time. All right, let's look at some chats real quick, like. So first, what's up, Kev? Good to see you, bro. Luis Jr. Charles Can't Lie, good to see you. Jeremy D, what's up? Big Fish, how are you? Jeremy Cousin, what's up? M. Galliani, is this a fake out? Not a fake out, no. I think it is trying to establish some strength here. May have some slight pullbacks like I talked about before, but that just sets a higher low. Gives us a chance to push through that 200 moving average. Not quite there yet, close. Brad Williams, what's good, brother? Good to see you. Manolo, Cheese, what's up? Soto, who's that? Phonetic Duck, Distinctive Shine, Cody Kensel, what's up? Josh Udall. No missing pets here in Texas. Yeah, bro. No missing pets here either. We only have one doodle, but she ain't going nowhere, bro. That's the office dog. What's up? What's up, Stifler, brother? Good to see you. Want to see you in the Discord some more. Jordan Renee, how you doing? How are y'all doing? Y'all guys saying you could hear him. Very good. Crypto Elephant, good to see you, brother. Jay Gross, good to see you. Brian Henry, Don Manna, what's up? Win Banana, right? China Matt in the chat, bro. What's up, China Matt? All right. Nothing to see here. What's up, Corey? Good to see you, bro. Frumpo, how are you, Steven? Good to see y'all, fellas. Let's dig in a little deeper. We talked about Bitcoin. How about we discuss Bitcoin dominance? Yeah. So there's been some progression since Thursday of last week. So, all right, let me pull this up. All right, I've got my timestamp set. Man, was really curious if we'd get over this 618 fib, seeing as how it didn't want to fall off and didn't want to fail the trend line, led me to believe that we may move up here to these upper fibs like we did back in 2020. We talk about this every week, and I keep showing it, but it keeps popping up and keeps becoming fairly evident that this is what the market wants. Last cycle, Bitcoin dominance was up to over 71%. 73.5 is pretty much where it topped out, but that was basically the 71 fib. All right. This time, we're floating around 58% dominance right now, which if you see, the dominance numbers are pretty much identical to the fib numbers because Bitcoin was first and everything takes money from it. So little by little, you're seeing lower levels each time as more money comes into the market and less is only in Bitcoin. Dominance is slowly leaking out from Bitcoin, which doesn't mean a bad thing. It just means other things are coming up. It looks as though since we've broken this 618, there's good power on the weekly here. We got a lot of indicators rolling back up again. Look at that MACD on the weekly. Bitcoin dominance doesn't want to give up. Here's the RSI. As you see, it is not oversold. I'm overbought. It's still got room to go. Again, leads me to believe we may push up here to these upper fibs and get to 61 to 62% dominance, which is incredibly impressive. But again, this golden pocket happened in 2020. I'm expecting it to happen again. It's already in there. I expect somewhere in here is our rollback zone when we start this move back down, but that hasn't happened yet. It will eventually do that. That, folks, is when we start alt season. But of course, as you see, till Bitcoin dominance falls off, because as this goes up, that's more money coming in Bitcoin and not in other stuff. Until this fails and drops below that yellow trend line right there, folks, I'm sorry, it's Bitcoin's day first. And we may have altcoins that follow in Bitcoin's footsteps and still do well. I'm here for that, right? But one thing at a time. Bitcoin's the king. Bitcoin goes first. That's just the way it is. What sound effect should I use? Oh.
What the hell is even that?
I don't know why that one's so funny too, but that's that white guy screaming, what the hell is even that? I don't know why that's so funny to me. And when I find something that I don't like, got the windows closed sound effect. That's so stupid, dude. I'm such a little kid. What else do I have? Oh, yeah. When something's really dead in the water. Bro, we hit the Undertaker bell. That's so dumb. There's like 7,000 of them. And I have 3, 6, 7, 8. I have about 80 slots for sound effects on my damn sound effect machine over here on the Stream Deck. So I may continue to do it. Let's see. Just got to fade Friday trap, but be hunting. Okay, fair enough. I'm still in the coins, Bitcoin, Solana, and Alpha. Okay. What's up, Anat? Good to see you. Bangalore, India. Good to see you, brother, out there in the call centers. That's not true. You're not in a call center. I'm just messing. They do have a lot of call centers out there, which is crazy. Mad crazy. All right. So we did Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance. Let's look at total market cap. Total market cap. I got the jazz playing and I can hear it, which is nice, man. It's nice and calming. So let me timestamp this, 11:20. All right. So for total market cap, as you see, it's a lot like Bitcoin, and this is going to continue to be the trend until we see Bitcoin dominance fail. Since it's majority of the market, total market cap's just kind of following along with it. You really got to go into total 2 or total 3 to see a difference. But what you do see from total market here, total market cap here, is it's not up at this 886 level like Bitcoin is. It's actually down here in the golden pocket, which is okay. Hanging out above it. A bit more pronounced downtrend as this is factoring in more than Bitcoin, but mostly Bitcoin. Still close to a breakout, not quite. It needs a little more time. It's building a wedge, And it's pretty clear that either October or November are going to be healthy months here when we get a good solid breakout and things start to print. And that's just fibs I've got up there, nothing else. So for the effort, let's put the other stuff up there. Here's the weekly cloud. You're still above the cloud. The cloud is still green, but you do have lag line under the candles and you have blue under red. Not great. So you're 2 out of 2 on total market cap weekly. Things are okay, but not as good as they could be. Okay, you get that? It's way high up here. You like the progress. I need to see a little bit more. As far as, let's see, moving averages, let's throw those up there. Total market cap above the 50, but fighting the 821 EMA, where you saw Bitcoin was above the 821 EMA. Not quite where we want to see it just yet on that one either. Close. If I go to total 3, worse, you know.
Bruh.
Still killing us. Altcoins getting just destroyed left and right. Can't do anything about it, but it's all season, right?
Wrong.
It's not. It's close, not quite. If I pull the trend line here, as you see, she's close, but she hasn't broke out yet.
Come on, man.
I want it to, but it's no dice just yet. Close. I think this needs a week or 3 more. Again, September, next week, late September, October, November, it's going to go. Trying to be perfect on this is a little bit dumb. I mean, if we go down to daily, you'll see you've got right against the trend line and you flip the 821 and 50 moving average and 100. It just needs a little bit more to get over the hump here. 200 moving average is still looming evil up there that could send it right back down some. So progress is a slow process. Unfortunately, the whole market looks like this, especially if I dig into low cap alts. They're probably the worst. You know what I mean? Low cap alts are just now scraping the floor and thinking about getting going. It's good though. They've started, and we could talk about some of them toward the end of the stream. Got other stuff to talk about first though. How about the dollar index? So I'm not going to be the ultimate doom and gloomer here and say that the dollar index is completely dying and the dollar will never be worth anything again. I'm not going to say that. What I will say is the dollar index is going to slip more and it's going to fall more before it gets better. It had a hell of a run. It lasted a long time ranging like this and fighting. It's lost a good fight. As you see, end of the bear market. She started to roll back, and I labeled it that way as such because you can go back in history and see the same thing happen, right? Dollar really leaked all the way to the beginning of the year. Back in 2020 and going into 2021, it leaked all the way to the end of the year. And if you go back farther than that, here's the same thing back in 2016 until 2018. It leaked to the beginning of 2018. Then it broke and tailed sideways, and it went really aggressively up after the pandemic. But since it's kind of leveled off and flattened out, like most things tend to do. You can't really bank on this being exactly the way you want it to. I do think there's more failure left in it just because they're going to start printing more money again. That should bear towards some more inflation. Are we going to have an incumbent party, or are we not going to have an incumbent party? Well, that's up to you to toss the coin and figure out. Are you Trump man bad, or Orange man bad, or are you pro 304? Your choice. Are you anti 304? Orange man good? I don't really care either way. I just want to see crypto do well. That's the only skin in the game that I have. I'm pretty self-sufficient, self-reliant out here in South Carolina. For the most part, we leave each other alone. This is a very red state. It doesn't even matter if I were to go out and vote because this state is overwhelmingly red. You're not going to change anything in my state. There are swing states just 15 minutes north of me in North Carolina. That's a swing state. Things get crazy. I'm pro crypto. That's pretty much the only thing I want to see move forward. Everything else is subjective for me. Objectively, crypto's the way. But one step at a time, dollar index is going to have to roll back for that to continue. And I would like to see it hit the red trend line down here somewhere and see what's up from there. That we should see that continue down and sideways till close to the end of the year. We'll see from there. That's my prediction on the dollar. I don't really need to hear subjective stuff. The chart kind of tells the truth on this one. I would like it to be different. I'd like it to fail a little faster, but I can't control that. You know what I mean? Can't do anything about that. All right. So I think this is the part of the stream where we go make sure everyone's up and everyone's talking. Let's see. Jordan Renee, do you plan on taking profits in late Q1 2025 and buy back for Q4 the next year? Great question, Jordan and Renee. I'm just going to say Jordan because I think Renee makes you have a joint Facebook and YouTube account. So I'm just going to call you Jordan. So I'm going to sell everything at the end of 2025 and sit in stable coins for the entirety of most of 2026. I say the entirety, but that's not true. Most of 2026, I'll be in stable coins and or I'll put my money elsewhere. I don't think crypto is, yeah, see, there you go. 100%. I know what's up, dude. I used to be married to one of those two. I'm not anymore. That was a rough patch in my life. So I don't expect crypto to not have a bear market. There will be a bear market of some substance, and that tends to last roughly a year. I think it may be short of a year this next time because it's every few bear markets, every bear market, it's lost a few days and or a week or two off the end of it. I'm hopeful that same thing continues and we lose a little bit of time off of it. So I'm thinking end of the year 2026 will be when I rebuy. And that's me telling everyone what I'm going to do up front. I don't like hiding and BSing it. I'm not that guy. I also don't like to give you overly hopium numbers in either direction. There was a lot of this happening in our Discord, and it was very tough on me to kind of regulate. But one day we'd have people saying 67, 70,000, 72,000. One little red candle would pop up, and the very next day people would be saying 40,000, 30,000, 20,000. And I would try my best to stop people from being so dramatic on it and just sticking to what we had, which was basically sideways. But most people didn't want to talk about that. That was frustrating. But little steps, one step at a time, things have started to smooth out. Things have started to get easier on everyone. It's a little bit easier to see. Sui may perform or outperform, may follow or outperform Bitcoin. I agree. Sui will do very well. It's an altcoin. It'll probably pretty clearly outperform Bitcoin. I don't know about in the short term, but in the long term for sure. Keeps knocking. Eventually doors got to open. Thank you, Don. I agree. Also carry trade. Let's go. Okay. So what's the advice for anyone new to crypto this week? Not the case. Is still BTC show? Absolutely, Corey. That's the way I see it. Till the trend line fails. No problem, Crew Chief, being late. No big deal. Glad to have you. Craig Patillo says, except for Turbo. Turbo's beast. Yeah, Turbo's been very good. But again, forewarning, be careful. It's not alt season. Things will follow Bitcoin, and there will be outliers that do better. But for the most part, that won't happen. Peter Navarro, you can shut up with that Go Pack Go crap. The band hammer swings around here, brother. Drop that Undertaker bell on you.
Bruh.
Oh, it's so stupid. Go Pack Go. Come on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. You're welcome, Jordan. Thank you for being here and thank you for watching. Tell your wife to come on and watch too, man. This isn't men only. As long as you're an adult, you can come hang out and watch. I just don't want no kids in here. Dollar index looks like it's sitting on support. Are there any other indicators that make it look bearish? The trend line first, Huggy Bear. It's a really rough trend line. All the moving averages are crossed over and down. It's under the cloud 100%. As far as the threes rule go, you're 3 out of 3 negative. You're under the S1 pivot, under the regular pivot. S2 pivot at 99.8 looks like it's got a chance. It is at support, correct. But until it breaks out and breaks the trend line, I'm to think more down and more sideways. And I had a bump on the edge of my nose, and it is incredibly painful, dude. Gosh, killing me. I hate when those little bitty tiny bumps pop up on the edge of your nose and stuff, man. It's awful. It's very frustrating and distracting, but one step at a time on the dollar index. I don't think it's going to break trend. I think it's probably going to hit the trend line and then roll over and fail, but that may happen toward the end of the month, beginning of October. And then I think we end up seeing a good October, but that's a little bit preemptive. One step at a time, right? One step at a time. If y'all haven't done so, go hit like, man. About 50 people on, about 30 likes. If you're on here, go hit like. It's free. The more likes we get, the more people watch this, and the more YouTube quits shadow banning us, dude. Sucks, bro. I hate being shadow banned. What is this shit? Get off the screen. Just trying to read comments, brah. How long did the last alt season last? About a year. From the beginning of 2021 to the end of 2021. A little over that. It did go into 2022 just a bit, but not much. And for most altcoins, that was it. Bryce Young benched. How do I feel about that? Do you see the jersey behind me anymore? There you go. Was he a bad pick? At the time, no. Now, absolutely. I think if you put CJ Stroud in the same position, he'd be having the exact same results. You put him in a bad spot. And when you put people in a bad spot, it's really hard to dig out of, especially when you play on an all-star team. Your entire life, his high school was an all-star team. His college was an all-star team. Then you send him to the NFL and give him straight up backups to play with him. They get him killed for the whole year. Second most sacks in the history of the franchise in 1 year. David Carr being only the higher number, and he refused to throw the ball. It got to the point where he's getting his head knocked off every play. They sent him in there to begin the year off, and he immediately got worse. Bad footwork. He seems hesitant, scared to step up in the pocket, scared to read through his progressions without getting hit. He seems to tuck tail and run really quickly. And if your main attributes were you're good at reading defenses, you're good at transitioning into what one player to the next, you're good at making a smart decision, all that's gone. You already didn't have a big arm. You already weren't very big. You're already averagely elusive. Well, what more do we talk about here, right? Time to sit down and watch for a little bit, and maybe you get one more chance. I don't know, dude, though. As far as if you took me out and benched me, bro. If you took me out and benched me, that's probably going to kill my confidence of whatever I might have had left. What's up, Fafa? Good to see you. China Matt says more fire thumbnails. Heck yeah, bro. Grok helped me out with that one, dude. I ain't struggling no more with thumbnails. Hydrogen peroxide for pimple on the nose. Yeah, already got it. It's just very painful now. Come on, Keith. Tell us how you really feel. Bro, I already did. So, this is the point in the stream where we chart XRP.
Bruh.
I know, dude, but that's how it is. Let's go look at XRP because we chart XRP every week here. Hate it or love it. So, what kind of progress have we made here? I'll say this. It hasn't fallen off a cliff, so that's not bad. Okay? It's still under the trend line. The big red line that you see right there, that's the downtrend line that's been going for the entire bear market, and it's still under it. It's never broken out. That kind of sucks. All right? So, it's following this price action that I drew with the arrows here pretty well. That green arrow I have starting in roughly October, but not quite there yet. It's getting close, one step at a time. I'm not sure whether to give it a ding or a buzzer. All right, it's just kind of in between. I can go through some other indicators. They're not too bad. I'm over every moving average, the 200, the 50, the 100, the 8 EMA, the 21 EMA. It's over all of those. And I'll find a cleaner chart to show you that so you don't get all mad and say, oh, that chart's jumbled. I can't read it. I would agree you can't. Support in the green box. Resistance in the red box. Sucks, right? So it's over all these moving averages. That's not bad. They are a bit jumbled. That's not bad. They will start to organize themselves. As you see, that 100 moving average is sweeping upward toward the 200. Very good. You remember earlier when I talked about Bitcoin, I said it was not over the 200 moving average, but this one is. That's good. It's not in a bad spot. It's still under the trend line, so that's not a good spot. This is still a bit neutral for me. I don't have any yet. I've already sold it, and I put it over in Bitcoin, and I plan on keeping it in Bitcoin for the time being. I don't want to sell that Bitcoin with the way Bitcoin broke out. It hit the 200, but I think it's got more in it later. I don't hate XRP here, and I do think it's due to move up. I want to see it on the other side of this trend line. If it does get on the other side of the trend line, bro, you get the Undertaker bail, okay? and it'll be Windows power down. I don't want to see it. That's just how it is. A little about the Ichimoku cloud. Ichimoku cloud, still not bad. Still over the cloud. Green cloud, not bad. Problem, you've got the lag line under the candles. Not great. You've got the conversion line over the baseline. You've got 3 out of 4. 3 dinger bells, 1x. Not bad, could be worse. Give it a little bit more time here. It's straightening itself out a little bit at a time. I think October is going to be good. October through really February or March are going to be great for XRP. Note that I said that, okay? Note that I just told you that I think moving forward here, October through February or March are going to be great for XRP. You're going to get gains. We need to break 70 to 75 cents. If that happens, that leads us down a new path to $1.50. We're not there yet. How about we break 60 to 65 first and get on the other side of this very, very bright trend line? Then I can change my tone. Close, not good enough yet. All right, cool. So there's my XRP take. I can go a little bit deeper on that and show you the weekly 200 moving averages in the way, show you things aren't quite as good as we want to see. Maga, good to see you, brother. Are you bullish on any stocks? Yes, almost all of them. Daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, biannual, annual Doge. Damn, dude. That's a big ass, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6 header, a 6 witching. What is a hexawitching? Hexawitching? Bruh, that's pretty dope. Thank you, China Matt. Are you bullish on any stocks? Let me run through some for you real quick. I don't know what time I started that XRP one. I'm going to say 11:34. Not really positive. Or something like that. I'll go back and watch it, I guess. So a couple that I'm bullish on here is Coinbase. I like that it went over here and hit the trend line and bounced. Not bad. Still got some work to do here. All right. Obviously, you're still... Let me write this down. That's 11:38. You still haven't got all the stuff for the cloud to start flipping bullish yet, but it's thinking about it, all right? It's still 4 out of 4 negative. Not great. Want to see it improve. However, we do have an 8 EMA cross. Good. 2 over. That's the first step. I pull up the third strategy here. You'll see that we're going to get a green arrow pretty soon. We just don't have it yet. We're going to get a green highlighted pop up right here, right? Just haven't gotten it yet. One step at a time. We're going to get an 821 cross. After we get an 820 cross, we'll get a second pop up. That'll be the little flag. And then thirdly will be the 50 moving average way over here. We haven't gotten there yet. I still like this. This follows pretty closely with Bitcoin. And if we pull fibs on it, it shows it going well up into the hundreds up here. It's at 168 now. It shows it going up near 500 to 800, which would be very, very big gains. Coinbase, Mara, Riot, CLSK, CleanSpark. Let me see. I got some other ones over here. I'm jamming with the jazz music, bro. It's dope. I don't listen to that enough. Maybe it would chill me out. Like, it doesn't usually work. I usually like to listen to something that just absolutely slams in my ears. I like NVIDIA to come back. This IWM, Russell shares, which is basically the Russell 2000. I think this flips back up eventually, which is going to pull a lot of tech stocks with it. It looks jumbled right now, but I mean, I can take that off and it looks less jumbled. eBay has been absolutely screaming, but I think it's going to slow down. Google's been killing it, but it's on the wrong side of the trend line now. Microsoft made a new all-time high and slowed down a little bit, but it's still kind of plateauing some here. There's a good argument to make that some of this stock money will roll over into crypto, but we've never really seen that happen before. So I want to see it, but kind of see it to believe it thing for me. But I do got some other ones. Let's see. IBM absolutely screaming. My goodness, it's a new all-time high. It might slow up a little bit, but it's going to keep going. Gosh, that looks great. CLSK, let's pull that one up. That's CleanSpark. Yeah, here you go. Clean Spark, not far from the trend line here. This is a crypto company. Still sitting on the 50 fib, which I like. That's good. On the weekly pivot, that's good. You failed a lot of the moving averages, but it is trying to bounce to 100. Not bad. I think it needs some time, but I think it'll improve. It's one of them things where it fell off pretty hard, but at the same time, it held up for quite a while. Still over the trend. Can't deny that. Maybe needs a little bit more time to feel itself the rest of the way out. Should follow Bitcoin and pretty much all of crypto. Not perfectly, but I think it follows. All right. Little step at a time. All right. A little step at a time. Let's look at a couple altcoins and then we'll be off of here. We do 45 minutes these days instead of doing an hour because we don't really get a lot of viewers on here for the whole hour. So I hate to spend a lot of time talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's look at AVAX. And I want to pull up AVAX to show a certain few kind of, certain few kind of little patterns here. So I'm going to take the fibs off for a moment just so you can see this. But this is a textbook falling wedge. A textbook falling wedge. A falling wedge tends to, after a bullish move, head back to support in a wedge formation, back to support, breakout. Once it breaks out, it tends to run to a lower high, make a higher low, and then make a higher high. Now that ain't going to happen immediately, but we've already got the workings of a breakout here. You see that? I see that. That looks fabulous to me. If I pull fibs on this, these fibs end in November. I'm curious, is that just going to run to November and slow down till December? I don't know. But I like the breakout. That's a solid ass weekly candle. I really like the way that looks. Problem is we got some trash in the way. The 50 and the 200 are up here. So any progress is going to kind of be impeded by those. But man, 27 is a whole lot lower than 33. So we're getting in the right direction here. On a daily chart, it was really bad. But we have local new highs happening here, which are very cool. If that's the case, then we got a chance to break out and go even higher here. And that heads us up toward that 50 fib again, which is, even on the short term, a fair target at about 33.5 bucks. So that looks to be a lock. We'll see how long it takes, but I wanted you to see the chart pattern more than anything. There are a ton of assets that look like this. AVAX is just one example. ICP off the top of my head, GRT, VET, and many, many, many others look very similar to this. That's a very cool and very bullish chart pattern. You could also say that's a cup and handle. I wouldn't say that's a cup and handle. I would say that needed to stay up here and hang out a little bit higher. I would say this is just a breakout, back test, falling wedge, which is bullish. Give it a little bit more time. Up she goes. Matter of time before it gets back up to local highs. Matter of time before it gets up to all-time high. Just needs a little bit more time like everything else. Don't we all need a little bit more time? I learned a long time ago. I say a long time ago, that would be about like 3, 4, 5 years ago, that time is the most precious thing I have and not to waste it so much anymore. All right. So I spend a lot of time in here doing this. I spend a lot of time in here talking to y'all. I hope it all plays out. I really do. I don't have the answers on whether or not it will play out the way we want it to, but I do hope that everyone takes something from every one of these streams that we do. Seriously, I do these streams to help people learn, to help people make as much money as possible. I'm aware that some people might think I'm an asshole and I'm disagreeable sometimes, and I would agree that I probably am. But it's out of love. It's not because I hate anybody or I'm mad at anybody or anything like that. It's just out of love. I want people to make as much money as possible. And I'm wrong sometimes too. So I want everyone to know that you can be wrong. You can be a bit stubborn and stupid, but that doesn't mean you're a bad person. And it doesn't mean you can't learn and make a lot of money. In fact, that same trait is what helps you save the money after you make it, right? So I want to leave everyone on a positive note. Thank y'all all for being here. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. I appreciate that so much. Thank you all. Make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows. All right? Leave the next day behind and have a new one the day before. If no one else told you, last thing, y'all, Keith will tell you. Keith loves you. Y'all be good. Sky's the limit. I'll see y'all on the next live stream next week. Solid amount of streams in the Discord this week. Don't miss out. WAP.com/team786. Sky's the limit. Y'all be good. Peace.